So all of the quadratic formulas that we've looked at have been in the format ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. A, b, and c are always numbers, and they always change depending on the equation. So we can solve these quadratic equations using the methods that we've looked at so far, like the difference of two squares and factorizing and then allowing 1/2 of the equation to equal 0. But there's another way, and it's called solution by formula. And when we use solution by formula, we have a formula which is x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now this might seem like a very arbitrary and strange formula, but actually it's been somebody has sat down and worked out, depending on the factors that the numbers that I have for a, b, and c, how can I always find x? Well, this is how we can always find x, even if it's very, very difficult to factorize. So let's look at an example solved using this formula. So the example that we have, completing the square, it is well, the example that we have is 2x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. That's our quadratic equation. So we can see that a is equal to 2, b is equal to negative 3, and c is equal to negative 4. So let's find x. We know that there are going to be two values for x, and we've got the plus and the minus that give us these two values for x. But if we have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared, negative 3 squared is 9, minus 4 multiplied by 2 multiplied by negative 4 over 2a, and a is 2. So 2 multiplied by 2, then we just work it out. So we have x is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of, let's look at this. So we've got 2 by negative 4 is negative 8, multiplied by 4 is negative 32, multiplied by this negative is positive 32. So we've got 9 plus 32, which equals 41 over 4. And then we can calculate this on a calculator, because it's fine if we have a decimal as an answer. And sometimes with the more difficult quadratic equations, the reason why we can't factorize them is because they have a complicated irrational answer. So that's why we can put this in a calculator. So we've got 3 plus or minus the square root of 41 is 6.403 over 4. And then we know that the two solutions for x, one of them will be the 3 plus 6.403 divided by 4, and the other one will be 3 minus 6.403 over 4. And if we calculate those two using a calculator, then we get x is equal to 2.35 and x is equal to 0.85. So that's how we solve using a formula. So now you can try some of the questions in exercise 29.